Hey guys, here we are again. And after last time's pretty close war, this time we just eradicated our opponent. And with eradicated, I mean we raped them. We didn't just rape them, we didn't use any fucking lube, and we raped them even harder. Cause last war, we played against a Turkish clan. And let me show you. We played against World of Turks. So in the beginning, we were like, okay, well, we are slightly in the advantage. I mean, we have three Town Hall 10s, and they have four Town Hall 10s, five Town Hall 10s, and a Town Hall 9. So we have been in a similar situation before. As you saw the last war, we played against Viet Fun, and against Viet Fun, we were heavily in the disadvantage. So this time, we were in the advantage, and we were like, okay, maybe this World of Turks might give us a challenge. So, considering that and also keeping that in mind, we just went all out from the first attack on. Though, what happened in the beginning was the beast mode, Butt Ain't, who pretty much did awesome in the last few wars. He just failed in the first, actually, second attack. And before that, Yaume, who has been doing pretty awesome as well, this time just failed. As you can see, we did 29 attacks, they did 8 attacks. They just gave up. I mean, like in 1.5, 2 hours, we were like 20-0 ahead, and I think at that moment they just lost all hope in this war. So, keeping that in mind, as you can see, we got a average destruction of 76.4%, and well, as you can see, we have no most heroic defenses as they barely attacked. So they have no most heroic attacks. So now I'm going to show you a few replays. To start with, I was thinking of Brew's attack on number 10, which was a Town Hall 10 base. But nevertheless, Brew did a good job here attacking this guy and getting a pretty high percentage to kick us off real nicely. So I'm going to fast forward through this attack a little bit. As you can see, he goes from the top, puts in his golems, a few wall breakers behind them, don't really do the walls properly, but on the other, whatever, he gets in. So as you can see now, his golems and his wizards are going in pretty nicely. His heroes are following smoothly towards the center, and the infernos get frozen. Now what you can see here is this clan has got quite some dragons in their clan castle. Because of that, we are not really challenged by the clan castle. The dragons are getting destroyed pretty easily, we don't have the lava pups, nothing to worry about during these attacks. So Brew has 55% in the middle, everything is dead now, and he has a few minions going there in the south, as you can see there, and to the right, as you can see there. So Brew is still going strong here, not many defensive structures left, so quite some free buildings to take, and as you can see, he is easily going to get a 70% with this attack. So just going to fast forward through the last bit of it. There we go, 70%, 71 even. And that's Bruce attack on their number 10. The next attack I want to show you is going to be an attack which was executed pretty closely after it, and that's by Coolio. So Coolio has been a little bit off form the last few wars, and this war Coolio decided to step it up a bit. What happened here was Coolio took down this Town Hall 11 base for 2 stars with a neat 74%. Uses Earthquake there close to the artillery, meaning the artillery gets damaged to like 50%. Perfect choice. I love that choice. That's the way I always attack. So as you see here, the golems going to the defensive structures to the sides. He has deployed all the golems there, but it doesn't really matter because the golems are going around and his DPS is going through the middle here. So luckily, his queen decides to go towards the town hall. She takes down the town hall. In the meanwhile, she first thankfully takes down the balloon, of course, because the balloon would have fucked her up, of course. And then she starts hammering on the town hall again. Now, watch the king, who is going like full retard, not going to the middle. He's just going around and destroying stuff, which is nice as well, as it takes up his total percentage. So the queen is still at 50% HP, but there's the target queen. She destroys Coolio's queen, and he gets a 71% here. Now, because the range of this warden is so long, he gets a few extra percentages because the wizard towers cannot get to the warden. So a nice 74% attack, pretty easy, pretty neatly done by Coolio. So the next attack I'd like to show you is going to be Emil's attack on their number 8. Now as you can see, he got a high percentage on this base. Now basically what you think is, hey, these bases are meant to be 3-starred. Well, that's true if a base is Town Hall 10. With Town Hall 11, it's a little bit different story, but oh well, Emil manages to ruin this base pretty nicely. So as you can see, he goes in with a lot of witches, a lot of wizards, all at the same time, all from the same side, destroys the center, and as you can see, the heroes, at least the queen and the warden, are still at full health while the base is at 58%. Now that means that they're going to do quite a bit more damage because the queen hasn't used her skill yet, and luckily she's going to go on the Inferno now and not going to leave it till the end. So because of that, the queen from the center will do quite some damage. As you can see here, there's only one archer tower here, which is going to be close. There's another one. But the queen still has her skill, so in the meanwhile, she can do some extra insane damage. So here you can see it's not going to be a 100% attack, but it's a pretty sweet attack anyway. I'm going to fast forward through the last bit of it. There we go. 80%, 81%. There we go. Now let me see which one I'd like to show you next. I'd like to show you Diggy's attack on number 3. He got a fucking 93%. And 93% is pretty neat because it's a Town Hall 11 base. It's pretty much a maxed out base. Of course, yeah, well, the new structures aren't maxed out. Guess he doesn't gem, no problem with that. But it's a pretty neat base, and this base I had actually attacked in the last war for 93%. And it's a pretty much exact same setup, and I failed on this base. And that sucked, because I was expecting to get 3 stars on it. And I just failed, I got a 1 star, 47% or something. So Diggy, he went after me and Jaume. And Jaume failed in this base as well. He got a 37% 0-star attack on this base, which was too bad. So I thought I would improve Jaume, and I failed as well. So Diggy was like, I'm not going to fail on this one. So as you can see, Diggy is going with jump spells from the sides, a few wall breakers right here, and everything is neatly going to the middle. The most important thing about this attack is these 3 witches, which are following the queen, actually going in front of the queen, to the middle, which is pretty awesome because then the single Inferno doesn't really focus on the queen and has a lot more to deal with than the queen alone. Now the warden is giving the extra HP, as you can see, so that's why all these skeletons are staying alive a little longer than they should, or than they would. So the queen still at pretty much full health, the warden at pretty much full health, queen doing some massive damage there in the middle, 79%, and queen skill has not been used yet. So now it's about time to use the queen skill, so Diggy, do it, there we go, and Diggy takes out another few buildings. Now too bad the queen didn't take out more while using the skill, but well, you can't have everything your way, of course, Diggy. So pretty sweet attack here. Last 50 seconds I'm going to fast forward. So as you can see, these 2 witches do quite the extra damage. The warden neatly stays out of range of this Tesla. If he had stayed out of range of this archer tower as well, and if he had more time, this might have been a 100% attack, but I doubt it. But pretty sweetly done by Diggy. So the next attack I'll show you is gonna be... I guess I'll show you my attack here on number 2. As number 2 is a base asking for a 3-star, that was my initial goal. I failed at that, too bad, but on the other side I got a high percentage anyway. So this was part of the total raping of this Turkish clan. I decided to go from this corner, put in everything from this corner, and that's because it has proven to work before. The thing that's too bad about this attack is that he had 2 multi-infernos. And with 2 multi-infernos, it's always a bit tougher to 3-star with mass witches. Sure, it's doable, but because multi-infernos won't panic with a lot of skeletons around them, and the single infernos do, it's a lot tougher. So in this case, I got a 85% on this base, was pretty happy about that. and that was pretty much in the beginning of the war as well. Now, the next attack. Let me take a look, because I think I can show you another one or two. I think I'm going to show you Den's attack on number 14. Now, number 14 has a Town Hall 10 base, not really maxed, pretty much a maxed Town Hall 9 base with a Town Hall 10, with maxed Infernos, that is. So as always, Den goes for all the free buildings first. There we go. Only the corners here. The rest is not free. I guess he panicked a little bit because of that. So he makes 3 holes in the walls, he sends in his 4 golems, and he sends in the shitload of troops behind them. Now, as you can see, yet another dragon in the clan castle. Not really a big deal in this case, because the dragon dies much easier than the hound. And the hound is much more annoying with his stupid pups. So, nicely done here. The golem going here on the side with wizards behind him, which is given massive amount of percentage in this attack. And this Inferno has to go down ASAP. Now that's exactly what's going to happen, though the queen is a bit hard-headed, a bit stubborn, and she is going to wait till the last moment to take down the Inferno, because of which the golem almost dies here. Now I don't exactly understand the warden skill here, because he just randomly used it, I guess, but well. I guess he wanted to keep the golem alive or something. So yeah, everything is dead, queen is alive, warden is alive, and because of his time, I think no, I'm not really sure why he used his queen skill there. Might have been time, might have been something else. If he had used it later, he might have got another 3 to 4%. The next attack, well, as you can see, their attacks, there are barely any attacks from them. They have 1-star and 0-star attacks, so not really worth showing this time. Yeah, let me take a look. Oh yeah, here we go. So Coolio's attack on number 7. This time twice Coolio, because once again he was a little bit off form the last few wars, and this time he actually picked up all form just like that. He just suddenly started owning this war. So as you can see, he goes in from the left. He puts in everything on a pile, which is okay for this attack if he freezes the splash damage on time, which he does. So his witches stay alive in the middle, and his king is going along the sides. Now that's not really a new thing, because the king often just goes somewhere and starts owning. Now, if Coolio had taken a few extra archers or something, well, he has taken a few, but if he had like 3 to 4 more, he would have gotten these buildings as well. But it doesn't really matter. I mean, he's taking these anyway. So as you can see here in the middle, the queen is going full retard, because she is damaging the correct buildings right now. But then what happens is the bitch, she starts, well, she can't decide which way to go. So she's going left first, then she goes right. She starts on this cannon, then she goes the other way, then she passes the wall. And, she's like not focusing on the stuff she should focus on. Because of that, this attack, it could have been a 100%. I doubt it, but it could have been at least a 90%er. Instead of that, it was a 85% if I remember correctly. Let's see, 86 maybe even? Yeah. Oh wow, even more. Woohoo! 87%. Good on you, Coolio. So, pretty sweet attack by Coolio. The next attack I'd like to show you is going to be the last attack we did by Janne and Guus. Now, Janne and Guus has also been a little bit off form in the last few wars. Now, that's because the pressure was a little higher. He used to wait till the end to attack. And, well, in a few cases, something in his private environment happened, or someone rang the bell, or whatever. So he had a few failed attacks. Now, that's not really a big deal in Hollands Bloed, because we own anyway. So if you fail a few times, it doesn't really matter. We're pretty sure you'll pick up in a few wars. And that's exactly what Jan and Guus has done here. So he went on a Town Hall 11, pretty much maxed. Now, I don't really understand what's going on here. Why would you place 2 single Infernos so close to one another? No fucking clue. I mean, do you want to get raped by witches? Do you want to get raped by fucking anything? Because both your Infernos are going to get frozen in the same freeze if it's required. So in this case, as you can see, the golems are going in first, which is pretty awesome. The freeze wasn't necessary, but better be safe than sorry, of course. So here the queen starts nuking the infernos down. First inferno down, and she does a Tesla, and the second inferno goes down right after it. There we go. So he has got quite some extra DPS going on here. I mean, I was surprised this wasn't a 100% attack, and that's because these retards here took a long time taking down these walls. If they would have taken them down a bit faster, this would have been a 3-star attack for sure. Now here the queen is still going. There's a golem here. He's taking quite some damage, but the queen needs to get there before the golem dies, and that's not going to happen. The queen is taking way too long here, walks into a fucking bomb, starts breaking the wall, and in the meanwhile, I mean, how long are the golems going to stick around? I mean, come on. Cut them some slack here, because the queen is just taking ages, and why couldn't she go like, what she always does, around the sides? Be a full retard, but I guess this time she just didn't want to. So as we can see here, this attack coming to an end, he's got a 83% and a pretty neat attack on their number 9. So nice job, Leon, and hope you keep up your new form. So yeah, as you can see, we dominated this war, we raped them, and they had no answer for what we did to them. Maybe I will show you one more attack, as I haven't shown Tank's attack in a while, I think. Oh well, might as well show it. It's a Town Hall 10, and Tank did a attack with 6 golems and 16 wizards, as you can see. 17 wizards, counting the one in his clan castle. So, as you can see, a attack of less than 2 minutes. He just went all out, through the middle, take his heroes, put everything there. No free spells, just get raped by the Infernos, no problem, because the golems are going to take the damage and not the wizards. And that's a pretty good guess Tank takes quite often. So that was also at the same time his downfall, I guess, because the Inferno stayed up for so long and was able to damage the golems for so long. This attack comes to an end at a 80%. So yeah, that's all for this time, and what has happened now is we have been matched up against a pretty badass clan. This clan has got pretty much everything Town Hall 11, only last 2 Town Hall 10s, and we are here with our Town Hall 9 and Town Hall 8. So yeah, I think this is going to be mission impossible, but who knows, we might just get a lucky win out of this one as well. So guys, thanks for watching, and see you next time. Bye bye.